Every Doom here, and you guys know that I've been talking about the 11-year cycles of the date 9/11. As I've already shown, let's just redo it one more time. I used the example as a starting point of 9/11, 1990, the big New World Order speech by George Bush Sr. 11 years later was 9/11, 2001. 11 years later after that was 9/11, 2012, which was the Benghazi. And then you have the next 11-year cycle puts us smack dab at 9/11, 2023. And you know what's interesting about this 9/11 is it seems to affect only the United States in some way or another. 9/11, of course, it wasn't some other president of some other country that gave a New World Order speech. Somehow the United States fits into the equation there. And you know what's really scary, folks, is that when you look at the Deagle.com website about the depopulation projection numbers for 2025, who takes the biggest 310 million depopulation hit? That's right, the United States. According to their projection, we're going to lose 310 million people. Okay. So what am I talking about here, folks? Well, let's get into some very heavy-duty information going on out of the Burning Man event in Nevada. So we all know that there's been these torrential rains hitting there, flooding. There's like close to 70,000, maybe a little less, a little more, that are stuck in from attending the Burning Man event. And now there are reports coming from people out of the Burning Man event area that there are people who have now, they're exhibiting some kind of Marburg-like virus symptoms. Now, as you can see right here, that there is an investigation being launched into a death. Now they're saying a second death at the Burning Man event. One of them was during the rain, and then another one was they're saying that it wasn't caused by the rain. So I don't know exactly what they're meaning by all this, but I have a lot to show you. We're going to be talking about the Marburg virus. We're going to be talking about, you know, I don't even want to tell you what we're going to be talking about because I want to show you some strange freaking shit that's going on right now that's going to, let's take a look. Let's listen to what we're going to hear, and then I'm going to show you some things, and then we're going to get into the predictive programming aspect of all this. Let's listen to this.
Particularly contagious, but it has an extraordinarily high rate of fatality, and we know the mechanism by which this will be released, and that is inside of these shots that people already received, inside the lipid nanoparticles, the hydrogel, there exists pathogens inside of the particles that have not yet opened. Those pathogens are chimeric. They include E. coli Marburg, Ebola staphylococcus, and brewer's yeast, amongst others. We know that upon the broadcast from the 5G system that is now employed across the United States and the world for that matter, when they broadcast an 18 gigahertz signal for 1 minute, 3 different times as a pulse, it will cause those lipid nanoparticles to swell and release these pathogenic contents, thereby causing a Marburg epidemic that they've already spent the money on. It's already done. Right? The Marburg epidemic, for purposes of the law, has happened. And now we just need the actual disaster to happen. And there's actually worse parts to it than that, including the 1p36 gene deletion that effectively will turn those poor people into zombies. As odd as that sounds, our government's preparing for that.
But the FEMA have already put out zombie commercials and ConOps on that, correct?
That's correct. If you look at Con Plan 8888, Stratcom put that out in 2011. On page 2, they say, "Oh, this is just for examples, just for demonstration. You know, don't worry about it, so we don't offend other countries." The problem with that is, you look through that Con Plan, it's all about 5 different types of zombies. There isn't anything in there about opposition forces. There isn't anything about winning political battles or counterinsurgencies. It is only about a zombie apocalypse, defending it. and you will see that every NIMS compliant, practically agency, or whether it's state, local, or federal, has already had their zombie apocalypse preparedness training. They've already done their practice. The CDC has had a zombie apocalypse preparedness website up for the last 5 years. Now they've reduced it to a PDF cartoon. Even in the Amazon Web Services contract, the force majeure clause, I believe it's Article 41, states that we're not liable for damages in case there's a zombie apocalypse. This is coming, folks, and the serious adverse event report, Pfizer put out post-marketing. They have put out.
So does anybody know what the symptoms of Marburg is, where you're bleeding out of every orifice, your ears, you're bleeding out of your mouth, you're coughing up blood, everywhere? Well, in this episode of Blacklist, season 1, episode 21, there is a virus with the exact same symptoms, and this is what they say about this episode. Let's take a look at this. The 21st episode of first season American crime drama, The Blacklist. Let's go down here and look to see what they say about this virus that has the exact same symptoms as the Marburg virus. Right here, certain that the colon virus is part of a plan to kill him. An expert on the virus, who is also a mental patient, and the conversation gets loony, and he starts talking about space agent and omens of the colon virus leading to the apocalypse. Isn't it very interesting? The word colon is very close to the word culling, as in killing off people, leading to the apocalypse. Well, let's take a look at some other interesting stuff. And I'm going to take you to a video that I put up several years ago, and we're going to look at the Samsung commercial.
The apocalypse.
Whoa. LeBron just tweeted he's addicted to unicorn apocalypse.
This is all the kind of stuff I love, zombies, unicorns, the apocalypse. Did you guys know that unicorns are based?
Zombies, the apocalypse, unicorns, Cornelius. Did you know that unicorns are basically goats, according to Tim Burton?
Basically goats. The movie's called Unicorn Apocalypse, Horn of Darkness. The hero, this amazing little unicorn, Cornelius.
Now, okay. So I just went to any particular site to show you about a crop circle that came out years ago. And do you know what's really interesting about the whole 19 vax that came out for everybody? It was given to everybody freely. A gift, if you will. It's one of those gifts that's going to keep on giving, isn't it? And do you guys remember a very, very enigmatic crop circle that appeared that said, "Beware those bearing false gifts"? Right here. Let's take a look. "Beware the bearers of false gifts and their broken promises. Much pain, but still time. Believe there is good out there. We oppose deception." Folks, we have been deceived. We keep being deceived. And if this crop circle is indeed authentic, then it must be referring to something and some event in some time. What better time than right now when things are about ready to go to hell in a handbasket, if I'm right about the whole 9/11, 11-year cycle business. And do you want to know what leads me to believe that I am right? That something off the wall is really coming down the pipe here very soon? Okay, I want to show you something that they do to us with the mainstream media, where they will send the exact same message to all of the mainstream media outlets. Do you guys remember it? And it was all recorded for us. So there was people making videos on it about what was it about our? It's a threat to our democracy. It's a threat to our democracy. Everybody was parroting the exact same words. Let me see if I can bring it up for you, and you will see exactly what I mean.
Responsibility is to serve our
Treasure Valley communities,
the El Paso, Las Cruces communities,
Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But
we are concerned about trouble and irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and
false news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these stories without true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own.
Do you guys get my point? I bet you guys don't know where I'm coming with this, do you? The individual mainstream media outlets did not write this on their own. They were given this, and it was fed to them to speak it. The anchor people were fed this, but who gave them this message to put out? Right? Do you guys get what I'm saying? Now, do you want to see something about another message that is coming out right now? And it falls along the same line as somebody's feeding the mainstream media these stories and they're putting it out. Watch this. Texas, the standout state to survive zombie apocalypse, study says 1 day ago. WRAL News, Channel 5, 3 days ago. Zombie apocalypse. Is Raleigh safe during a zombie invasion? 2 days ago, Penn Live. In a zombie apocalypse, 2 Pennsylvania cities would be safe. 2 days ago. Houston ranked best city America for surviving a zombie apocalypse. 1 day ago. The Des Moines Register 2 days ago ranks 42nd for the best cities to survive a zombie apocalypse. Shall we keep going? San Antonio Current 2 days ago. Denver Gazette, zombie apocalypse. Colorado cities ranked among best places to survive. 3 days ago. 3 days ago. 21 hours ago. Look. This was 3 weeks ago. It has nothing to do with, this is like creator of Netflix, whatever. Do you guys see what I'm talking about? So think about this. If you just saw that there are news media outlets that are receiving the exact same message for them to put out, and they're all putting out the same message, then why are these outlets right here putting out this message about a fucking zombie apocalypse? Can anybody tell me that? Why is... I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at that, folks. If anybody doesn't see where I'm coming from on this, I don't know what to tell anybody. Because I'll tell you right now, you didn't just have somebody come out with it and go, oh, you know what? They're talking about a zombie apocalypse over there in Houston on their news. Hey, maybe we should do a story about that too. Do you really think that they actually focus their attention on some news outlet out of Houston from Denver, Colorado, and they're going to decide to put out some information about a zombie apocalypse happening in their city and what the ranking is? No. Remember, folks, September 11th is coming around the corner. Shit is getting real right now. Does anybody see that? Thanks, everybody.